Hey guys, happy Friday! Welcome to episode 15. 15, woo woo, with me, Kat Hills. I am just a average mama living life in the Pacific Northwest with my 3 sweet kiddos and our kitty cat. And welcome to our channel. We share about life and my new business, thearchivehive.com. The way I structure these videos is I do a quick family update and then I do a business update about the aforementioned Archive Hive, and then I wrap it up with what we're reading, what we're watching, and what we are doing to put good out into the world. Okay, episode 15, let's get started. Well, this week has been a little bit of a high anxiety week just because of what is going on in the world. Not only are we dealing with the pandemic and COVID restrictions, but we also are dealing with processing an attack by white supremacists on the capital of the United States in Washington, D.C. That took place on the 6th. People are still being arrested. The FBI is still trying to find the people that stormed the Capitol, and there were definitely deaths that happened at this, I don't even know what to call it, a riot, a mob. Some people are calling it a mob. Anyway, it's been very, sorry, this is kind of like a hard thing to talk about. I don't want to. My family and I stand against white supremacy, and we are doing everything we can at the moment to both combat COVID and the pandemic as well as white supremacy. So that's that. There have been a lot of hard conversations with friends and family, friends online, following, unfollowing, deciding that it's best that we just maybe don't talk for a while, which is super unfortunate. It's going to be something very difficult to move forward from. So I hope that you're doing okay. I'd love to hear about it in the comments if you want to talk about it. Okay, the kids are back for their second week of virtual school here in Oregon. We still do not have any sort of in-person school. So all 5 of us are still living life together here in our little house. This is my office here, and it has mostly been taken over by virtual school. So I'm really hoping that once the vaccines start rolling out, there might be a possibility that the kids will start school in February. My daughter Nora had her first choir practice. She had her first choir practice this week via Zoom, which is a little bit sad, but we are excited at the prospect that that might be in person sometime this year. And then my son Nate, he is 12, and he had his first baseball practice last week, which we all were ridiculously excited about. There are 10 boys on the team, and they're split in 2 groups of 5, and they're practicing in little cohorts of 5s. They're wearing masks. They're at the batting cages. And it felt like we were like sending them off to college, or like, I don't know, like MLB training maybe. I don't know. We were like, we love you. Good luck. But he had a good first practice, so we are excited to get back into that. Trying to decide if I should do spring soccer for the little kids. My family is a soccer family, and I don't know the answer because it is outside. I want them to have an activity, but also I just feel a little bit unsure about it, and they're 4 and 9, so missing another season of soccer is just really not that big of a deal. So I'm kind of leaning towards not doing it, but it kind of makes me sad to not do it. So here we are. I'll let you know. I'll update you next week because I know you all are very worried about the outcome. Okay, moving on to the Archive Hive news. Some very big news is that I officially registered my business as an LLC in the state of Oregon, and I got a EIN, which is a tax identification number, and I also got a bank account. So that is little things that make me feel like I'm just taking the next steps to continue on. For those of you who are new here, the Archive Hive is something I started this past fall. I designed Christmas journals. I actually just got a proof of a hardcover journal. Everything that I've done so far was soft cover, but I got my first proof of a hardcover. I've been printing them on demand through Amazon KDP. They do not do hardcover on Amazon, but this is Barnes & Noble Press, which is the same concept, print on demand concept, and I can't really see. So it's the same interior, same everything else, but just hardcover. So that's exciting to get that done, to get I guess basically I just wanted to say that I'm sort of using January and February for research, and I may have talked about this before, but I'm getting ready to start a similar concept. The Christmas book is 25 years of Christmas memories. There's 4 pages per year, and so I'm designing right now a birthday book. So it's a similar concept to the Christmas book, but obviously for birthdays. So there is that I am working on. I also am just sort of testing out some different cover designs that I made. These are just tiny little 5x8 journals, just blank lined paper. Here's the Rise Up journal in the front and the back. Since I am new to this business, I'm really trying to learn a lot about, I have somewhat of a background in design, and I worked for a newspaper or print. I worked in print advertising for a long time, so I have like a sort of base knowledge about paper and specs and print sizes, but it's a little bit different, making ads for someone versus printing entire journals and designing covers. So I, again, am sort of using this first quarter of the year to do a lot more research and to get some sort of, I don't know what you call this, like test journals sent to me, test products. So it's been super fun, basically spending all that money I made in December and getting going for the year. So that is all huge news for the Archive Hive. Just wanted to send a quick shout out to say thank you to those of you that have been following along as I figure this out, not only the Archive Hive, but also this YouTube channel and what I'm doing with it. I am thinking about doing a few tutorials about print on demand and some of the print and some of the design services that I use. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned or let me know. I think I'm going to do some shorter, smaller tutorial-like videos possibly about print on demand, but that is definitely going to be further down the line. Okay, let's update about what we're reading and what we're watching and what we're doing to put good out into the world. So, what we are watching. We finally finished Schitt's Creek season 6. Woohoo! So that is very exciting. We have not started anything new. Mostly I've just been binging Twitter and consuming media surrounding what is going on in politics right now. So I am looking forward to finding a show as a distraction soon. What I am reading, the kids and I are making huge progress on the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is the last book in the Harry Potter series. It is our read aloud. We read aloud together every night, and it is the last Harry Potter book that I have to read ever, hopefully out loud. I'm hoping that my 4-year-old Nico will not want to read Harry Potter ever. If he does, we'll just see what happens. But hopefully this is the end. We can watch the last 2 movies and move on. I personally, and I just got this book in the mail today. It is Heart Talk by Cleo Wade, and she is one of my favorite artists. Poets, artists that I follow on Instagram at Cleo Wade, I believe is just her handle. Anyway, she wrote this book, Heart Talk, and I am very excited to start it. I did see that there is a journal that goes with it, which now I might have to go back and order because, well, we all know how I feel about journals, obviously, as that is what my business is, basically. And last but not least, what I personally am doing to put good out into the world, well, I guess first and foremost, I'm continuing to stay home, so it sometimes seems like a hassle and a little thing, but it definitely is a big thing. So I am happy and proud to continue doing that. So my family and I moved to Oregon about 2 years ago, and we moved here from Arkansas. And when I lived in Arkansas, I was very involved in volunteering for an advocacy group called Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. And there are chapters of Moms Demand in all 50 states, and there is a chapter here in Oregon. So one of my 2021 goals, I have been to a few meetings here in Salem in Oregon, but between moving and the pandemic, I just haven't been as involved as I would like to be. And so I committed this week to I joined a meeting with my local House representative last week, and next week I am joining the local chapter meeting, as well as joining their more private Facebook group so that I can get more involved and sort of put myself back in touch with some of the advocacy work I was doing before we moved. And if you've never heard of Moms, it is a gun violence prevention organization, and it is pro-gun safety. We advocate for things like universal background checks and stopping bad bills like Stand Your Ground and Guns on Campus, as well as trying to push for laws like safe storage laws, which basically says that you should store your gun, or your gun should be stored in your home safely. And by safely, generally that means, unloaded, locked, with your ammunition in a separate location. And also for things like red flag laws, so people like felons and domestic abusers would not be able to own firearms. We call them common sense gun laws, and I am a firm supporter of it. My family, my husband grew up hunting. My family and I are gun owners, but we do advocate for responsible gun ownership. So this is one of the ways that I do that, and I am considering it my putting good out into the world, advocating for things that I truly care about this week. So, okay. Any questions? I hope that y'all have a wonderful Friday and a fantastic weekend, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.